Hi, it's your girl Kdid. Come back out to you one more time. This is gonna be an interesting video because I wasn't planning to come out with a video like this, but it is what it is. If you know, I do a podcast called Hear Our Voices, and some things had came out on there that not like I wasn't ready, but I wasn't planning to say that on this video or that particular podcast. I don't come in beforehand. I don't come out with stuff beforehand, like thinking about what to say on the podcast. I don't come out with, written things or what to ask people on the podcast when I do my interviews. I just say what's on my mind, or I say stuff what's relatable, or I can make them feel like they're not alone in the world when they're going through a certain particular problem, right? So what I shared on the podcast is that I was touched as a kid, right? And the context was that the lady was talking, and it's coming out. I could probably put I could put the link out on this, so you can. By the time I'll probably put the link in after podcast aired. The first, it's like it's gonna be in 3 different parts. So the podcast will air next week, Wednesday, because we do podcasts every Wednesday, and I'm the host. If you don't, it's your girl. Maybe I'll put this YouTube video on Wednesday so it could kind of coincide with the podcast and it's coming out. I might do that. I can schedule this out anytime. It doesn't matter. But she was talking about how when she had a child, she just didn't want to leave her kids with anybody, especially with people who are not doing the greatest. And sometimes, you need the help. The people who wants to help you, they have a good mindset to help you, but they just can't even help themselves. They can't really help you, right? And then a form of abuse came up in that particular video, and I was relating to her because I said, she was saying, what she said again, I'm sorry, it was yesterday, it's been a long day, I hope you understand, but yes, also follow me on social media, might as well put that out there. I feel like I don't say that enough in videos, but hey kids, I hope you're doing good. I feel like I'm a person who, I don't write things out, I just say it on top of my dome, and this is how I got in this predicament in the first place. It's not a predicament, but I wasn't ready. I just never talk about this topic like that. I might say it to my people who are around me, and I just drop it in here and there, but I just never. It was a couple of weeks ago too. Somebody asked me why you don't let your daughter to sleep anyway. I'm like, because of the situation, right? So here for the podcast when she was talking about she said she had also abuse, right? And sometimes we say, like, sometimes not even the people that you leave your kids with, it's the people you leave your kids with, the people they bring around. So example, if my brother was watching my daughter, right, but he's fine, not doing nothing to my daughter, not hurting her, not nothing to her, but his friends are coming around and his friends are doing one to the kids, like, you have to try to vet your person who's watching your kid, plus the people that bring around the kid. And that's how we got to that. And I was saying, when I was younger, my mother left me with, I would say honestly, my grandma and then my aunt. These people are honestly not related to me. My family is in Jamaica, so these people are not biologically related to me at all. My grandma used to be my old lady, the person who let me end up being homeless. And then my aunt is my god sister and her family. Basically my godmom and her family, right? And my godmom, my godfather, basically. My mother would say she's my god sister, but I feel like, but I never call her mom god. I always call her my aunts and uncles because they were older than me, and that's what you do. Everybody, I feel like in every culture probably do that. Everybody aunts. I know Africans have everybody's uncle. I think in the black community, people be aunts and cousins, and it's like a friend close. I don't know how that goes. I'm Jamaican, so I don't know how it does in America like that. Everybody knows it's basically Caribbean, so that's, I don't even know from the Caribbean aspect. I think it's the same way like us though. Like people you close to or end up being like sometimes family, but not really family. That makes sense. So I sound like my daughter calling people really aunts and like that because kids get confused. When I was a kid for a while, I thought it really related to me until I got older and realized they're not blood related to me, right? So her dad, her mom, and it was 3 sons. They were amazing people. I mean, they're amazing people. They took care of me. They bought me stuff for Christmas. They never done wrong to me. They used to take care of me. I mean, like, make sure I had everything that I needed. Like, they were so much of good people. They never hit me or nothing. But the people they brought around me were the problem. So never, like, sometimes, please watch your kids. Please talk to your kids. You might say, why didn't you tell your mom? At the time, my mom is not a person you tell stuff to. If you tell her, she's not going to do anything about it. For me, my brother, I've seen it in real life. So it's like I'm trying to take a side and not, whatever. But I've seen incidents happen when something happened to my brother, and she did something about it. It happened to me, and she did nothing about it. So as a kid, I did not feel like I could go to her to tell her anything. Honestly, as a kid, I didn't know was a big thing. Honestly, I could keep that on my mind for a while. These things happened to me. I always think my brother was born when I was 7. My second to last brother was born when I was 7. So I have that in my mind of when things happened to me before or after. I honestly didn't, like, I feel like I had a feeling that it was wrong, but I didn't know it was wrong because my mother didn't. Also, that's why it's good to give your kids knowledge. I don't care how young they think they are. They should know that people shouldn't be touching them inappropriately. People should not be touching your kids inappropriately. People shouldn't be tickling your kids. No, because tickling leads to touching in unnecessary places, and because they're so used to the people tickling them, not just people in general, I'm just, certain people tickling them, they think when it goes in different places, they don't realize it's going too far. And by the time that happens, it might be too late until they have them on the floor pinned down. I'm just giving examples. Honestly, for a while, I blocked it out. Like, I remember it happening, but I didn't think about it. I used to have flashbacks about it, and a lot, not a lot, but a good amount in college. Well, I learned in college. I used to go to therapy, and there's nothing wrong with getting therapy, guys. I got therapy probably 2 or 3 different separate times. And when you in university, but I don't know about any other campus. When I would Queensborough, I feel like maybe they had it, I just didn't use it. But when I went way upstate, my school, I had school insurance. I used them bad. I went to the nutritionist. I went to regular doctor. I went to the. If I pay all that tuition, not only our money, all these damn loans, I'm gonna take every single thing that I'm supposed to be getting. Please. I went to the gym. I went to Zoom. They have rock climbing. I went to the gym. I'm gonna do everything. Yes, for some of the stuff, like, you have to pay extra little money for it, but I think the health insurance is mandatory for you to put in your tuition. The gym, I think you have to only put in if you wanted to. Not the point. So, I feel like one thing I think I'm breaking generational curses with is talking to my daughter, making sure she knows if anything happened, no matter how crazy. You know, I'm gonna get mad. If you did something wrong, I know you know better, but I want her to be able to come talk to me. I still need to work on it. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, but anything will happen to me, it could be a damn thing on her tongue where I'm like, this girl's gonna hear my mom, no, not. Girl, get it together. I want her to know that it's be open with me no matter what it is. Have the sex talk with your kids early. You might think it's too early. My daughter's 8. I had to have it with her because other things, you might not teach your kids some things, but people are teaching your kids things. And I don't want my daughter to hear about these things on the street. Some things she found out about last year, and I didn't even know she knew these things. I don't want to be blindsided about anything. I always thought when before she was born, I would have it around 8 and 9, so it came on the schedule that I wanted to have it on with, right? But you have to be mindful. Make sure you talk to your kids so your kids could feel open with you, and make sure when an incident does happen that you take the right recourse, not because it's uncle. I don't care what it is. If it's doing something to harm your child needs to be taken out of that situation, and the proper steps need to be taken so your child know that no matter what, mommy and daddy have my back. Mommy, daddy, uncle, grandma, anybody has my back. So if they can't come to you, they need to know to come to somebody else who can actually help them. And I knew for a fact I had nobody in my court. So honestly, as a kid, I didn't think to tell anybody, but as I got older, I never told anybody either. Even when I had the memories of it coming back, I have a memory, like, a lot of stuff I had memories of, like, it happening, because it wasn't traumatic, but it's just, I have memories. I could see stuff in my mind, like see the incident of the day it happened. Certain things could just easily be erased. So a lot of stuff I could remember details of it happening. He used to do it a lot of times in the basement in the house. He used to do it a lot of times in my auntie had a store, in the back in the store. And I didn't understand, like, when I think about it, it's like today, I'm like, how the hell she didn't know or see? But it had like a lot of, it's mostly so like alcohol and like soda and stuff like that in there, like beers and stuff. Not be a beer and chips, but mostly in the back had like the box of the bottles and Heineken came into, right? So it would be like in the middle of those places. And I used to always play with him because I just did not know that this should not be happening. Like, it was just weird. It's like, and I'm not gonna say I'm playing, I still gotta play with him. Now I'm a kid, that's what kids do. They play with everybody. They don't know any different. They think everybody friendly, but everybody not your friend, boo. If you're a person who went through this, don't blame yourself, because you're not the problem. The person is sick in their head and they're the problem. A lot of people, it does happen to get on leeway, but a little bit, because they were abused they were abused themselves and then become an abuser. Some people like me who abuse and would never want to like even think about it, like, I'm like, just want to gag. Like, it's just like, why would you touch it? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It makes you want to throw up. But some people, they're just so sick in the mind, they cannot, I don't know why, but that's what they do. Everybody's different. Don't think that you're the problem. You're not the problem. You are the victim, but you are the survivor. They are the sicko, okay? No matter if it's men. People always try to think that women want to do this stuff. Women do this to kids all the time. The people who are, most of the people who do this to people, kids, are not people that, they met on the street is harming them. The people that they know is harming them. Look at statistics. The people who are closest to you are the people doing. That sounds so bad to say that, but people who are doing stuff to your kids, to who end up raping women, all these things are people that you know. These are not strangers off the street just willy nilly coming for you. You know, these are people that you know. Like, thought I left my bag over there. I'm sorry, in the bathroom. I'm like, what the hell? But I just want to make sure you know. I just want to do this video not to, like, you know, tell the whole details and what's like, what, you know, things like that. I just want you to make sure you, and people, I don't know people on here do watch my podcast, but if you do, or listen to the podcast, you have heard this on my channel first. Certain things were traumatic in my life and I put it on other platforms. I make sure I put it to you guys first because you are guys are the people who support me. If you do support me, some people are coming here just to come here as a first time. It's like whatever. But I can remember, like I was saying, one faint incident. And I didn't know it was bad. But when I think about it older, I'm like, oh my God, this was so nasty. And I didn't know it was bad. Like, I did not know. So in the basement, it's in the basement, and he was had me touching him and stuff like that. And he came on me. I did not know that it was that. I didn't know what it was. He just told me, go to the bathroom, wash your hands. Like, he was so, like, you could tell his energy from what he was doing, whatever he was, like, having me touch him with all that stuff. I'm so grateful to nothing got inserted anywhere, like, that I can remember. But my stuff was good because when I got married, I was virgin still. So I'm happy that part didn't happen to me. I'm sorry for people who did. It didn't go that, you know, far. I'm said to say lucky because I mean, some other touching is enough to scar you just a little bit. Because sometimes I mean, even now, at my big age, I have flashbacks to even that. Like, I'm telling you this moment, I have flashbacks to it, right? So I remember him being in a panic. He said, go to the bathroom, because the bathroom was, it was this room, like in the downstairs, and it was like, go through this, and there's a washroom, and the washing machine, or whatever. And the bathroom was one of my uncle's rooms at the time, and then the bathroom was right there. Was it his room? I think, yeah, it was his room. And he had me wash my hands, because, you know, it's what he did to my, you know, put on, like, and I did not realize what it was until, honestly, like, I always say the incident, but I didn't realize it until, like, in my 20s. I never thought about, like, what's really happening. Like, I knew it happened, but I wasn't thinking that. So, yeah, guys. So, sometimes people, your mind make you block it out. Some people, they block it out. Some people, they don't block it out. Some people have to make sure they work through it. Some people end up being sick because of it. But if you are a person who happened to you, think gonna turn and say, please go get help, because you don't want to traumatize a person like how you got traumatized. That's not fair. That's not cool. No child deserves that. No woman in your life when you get older who want to beat up. Like, there's so much things that make people turn crazy in this world. And don't be the problem in the world. Be the solution. That's just it. Be the solution. Don't be. I wasn't the greatest person growing up, but God has helped me to become a better person. I was rude. I was like, I mean, stuff like that, like rude, and that's not being great. And a lot of things happened to me. I feel like I didn't, when it happened at the time, I did not understand whether I was young or older, like why I went homeless. But now I know after it happens why it happened. But I think all my stories could be able to help somebody and hope to get over it. And I think I always do this like, all the time, no matter what problem I have. Like, it could have been much worse. The point is that it happened to me, and I should not diminish about the fact that it's happened to me. So, but yeah. So guys, if you want to talk about anything, not even just this, I really don't care to talk about this, but if you want to talk about this, I can. Not a big deal. If you have anything you want to talk about, homelessness, or just you're bored. It sounds like I'll be bored, or if you're just lonely, like I am all the time, definitely check me out. Follow me on social media, talk to me on here, do whatever. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being amazing, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.